Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you from Adelan, where I was been a lucky recipient of a guest invitation to the to the wedding that's going to be happening soon.
Am I a plus one?
Of course you are, Jamie.
Oh, hell yeah. Good to know that when you get invited to royal weddings, I can come along too.
Absolutely. Just make sure you look pretty that night, okay?
Oh, okay, fine. I'll put on a dress. A very nice dress. A dress worthy of a royal inhuman wedding.
Today we are at the wedding, and so that means we're going to be talking about the spoiled Crises cards that are coming in the War Kings pack. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So this is something that has not been officially released by Atomic Mass Atomic Mass Games, but has been now revealed on a number of websites, and so we felt it was safe enough to talk about them because we see all of them in their entirety now. So these aren't just little tidbits, it's the actual cards.
Yes, if you listen to our episode with AMG where we interviewed them, you'll know all about the kind of narrative behind these cards, and they're designed to be played in pairs and stuff like that. We're not going to get too into detail about that, but I think you're running an event, aren't you, in March that's going to play these Crisis cards all paired up?
Yes, exactly. So these cards... So the way it works very briefly is that these cards could be played in a sequence, like there's a sequence of a Secure and Extract, and there's 5 of each. And you could play them in like they're connected to each other, and those are like 5 different chapters in a narrative story that AMG wants to tell. So we're going to do that as a kind of a fun event in March here in London. But also, subset of these cards will be combined with a subset of the current Crises cards for competitive challenger play. And we do not know which ones are which yet of that set.
Yes, we also don't know which Crisis cards will be rotated out. That's a whole thing. So we're going to just be reviewing these cards as we see them. Not all of them are going to be going in. And obviously, we're going to be making some assumptions about what might be happening in the meta and what cards they might be replacing and, what cards they might interact with. It could all be wrong. We don't know for sure. And AMG, what they said in our interview with them, they are not going to release the rotation until after Adepticon, which is in March. So once these cards come out, for a short while, it seems like all of the Crisis cards are going to be legal until that gets tidied up later.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at the 5 Secures to start with, and then we'll do the 5 Extracts. Now, the first thing I wanted to note was the threat value of these. Interestingly, they have a 16, 2 17s, a 19, and a 20. So notably absent is 18 for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know what logic goes into that in terms of development. You know what I mean? I wish we had asked that, actually, now that I think about it.
We'll have to get them back on for another interview.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's a hint towards which Crises are staying, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe the 18 threat Crises are staying, I say, as I quickly try and figure out which ones they are.
For Secures, that is, right? You're talking about, yeah.
Mutant Madmen and Portals are both 18. And I think Fear Grips, Montesi Formula is, Fear Grips is. So yeah, maybe that's a hint, or maybe it means literally nothing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. Also, the maps have changed significantly. And so I think we'll look at the map shapes as we go through each card, because it probably makes a difference as to how the Crisis is played. Okay. So let's talk about the first one. It's called M'Kraan Crystal Gets Heroes Home. This is
it not M'Kraan?
M'Kraan? Okay, M'Kraan.
Like McRae? I don't know. That's a guess.
M'Kraan.
Yeah.
It's 19 threat. It's got 4 of these crystals, and they're arranged into a square. The square looks like Sword Base, but it's a smaller box than Sword Base, I think. Did you say that's true?
I don't know if that's true.
It's 5 and 3 in, and 4 and 3 up. So what is Sword Base? There it is. Sword Base is 5 and 2.
5 and 2. Oh, 5 and 2.
And 4 and 3 up.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a little bit narrower, but the same distance from the deployment sides of the board.
Wait, I'm looking at the card close up. We've got a dodgy photo of this. This is 5-2. It's 5-2 and 4-3. It's the same as Sword Base.
Okay. Same as Sword Base.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's just that, it's very blurry. So
yeah, it's worth saying as well. One thing that has changed here is they're not using map shapes anymore. So AMG have historically had like lettered, so like A shape, B shape, C shape, D shape. They're not doing that anymore. It's just shapes. So some of these will have to kind of like explain. But it's best if you just Google the cards and read them along with us. But so we'll try our best.
Okay. So there's 4 of them arranged like sword base. They're each worth 1 VP. And then you can interact with them. If no enemy characters are contesting it, you can control it automatically, just like sword base. Otherwise, you have to roll a die and you have to get a crit wild or hit to control it. So it's essentially a 50-50 flip if it's being contested. Again, it could be contested by either a healthy or injured character. It's not specified.
Yeah.
Okay. Then during the power phase, each character holding 1 or more extract tokens that is contesting a crystal gains a power. So this is the new we heard about this in the interview, where extracts and crises and secures will interact with one another in synergistic ways, which is new. And here's one example.
Yeah, exactly. This has sword base. A lot of people complain about paid flips because they don't like going up to an uncontested paid flip and then having to roll dice and risking not getting it when there's no one else there. Sword base doesn't have that, so this has taken that, which is good. That's a nice feel-good moment. Again, you have to roll dice, and it's a 50-50 chance if you get it when anyone's contesting. That's good. I think this is the most kind of feel-good pay-to-flip. And this doesn't have the kind of the part of sword base, which is bad, which is when one player controls more of the sword base, so they have a point advantage. They can then push one of their opponent's models away. So it kind of makes it like you've lost on points, and then you lose harder because your model's been displaced as well. So this doesn't have that. This just has the benefit of, you gain extra power if you're near it with an extract.
Yeah.
I think that, here's my hot take, I think it's going to replace sword base for that reason.
Easily. Yeah.
Also, sword base has 15 threat, and there's no 15 threat here. And I think we're going to lose 15 threat. So
right.
I would put money on Makran Crystal gets Heroes Home replacing sword base.
Right. Do you think having the extra power does something for you in the metagame when you're playing on a sword base?
I mean, yeah, like think about Hellfire Club, before the affiliation list changed, they brought characters that they, really benefited from having 3 or 4 power in round 2. And it was completely part of their plan, right? You take Lizard because you know that he can grab an extract and then have 3 power round 2 to throw. So I think you can start doing stuff like that here, which is interesting. So you can plan your whole game around, I'm going to have an extract and stand on that secure, and it means the next round I can do all this. So this is, there's a lot to play with here.
Yeah. And, also sort of refunds you the power that you spent to try to flip it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And which is another complaint about pay to flips that people have, is that, it messes with their power economy if they're not prepared for it. So it kind of helps with that. A bit more power going around helps you flip more points, which is cool.
It also means, though, that you're going to be bringing extracts right into the center of this board, basically.
Yes.
Or be incentivized to do that anyway. So there's going to be a lot more point swinging happening, I'd imagine. If you KO somebody, you get the point and the extract they were holding.
Yeah, I think so. I've played a handful of games on these new Crisis now, and every single one has come down to 2 VP difference or 1 VP difference, and it's felt really good because it's felt really good because every kind of activation matters. A lot of the extracts, spoilers, you can only hold 1 of. So there's lots of point switching, lots of jumping around, and so it's very interesting.
Yeah, cool. The next one is called Deadline to Destruction. This is 16 threat. It's got 4 detonation console tokens. Each are worth 1 VP. They're arranged in the D map shape. So this is the diamond shape. And here, if you interact with one, you can choose an enemy character within 3 of that console holding 1 or more extract tokens. The chosen character may drop any number of objective tokens. Then, if the chosen character is holding 1 or more extract tokens, it suffers 1 damage and gains 1 power. That's really fun. So it's kind of like a Mephisto thing. The enemy has to decide. They can drop all the tokens and not take damage or gain power, or they can hold on to them, but then have to take that damage and power.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? It effectively kind of lowers everyone on the board's health pool by 1. Because if you're trying to get an extract of someone and they survive on 1, well, you can probably just hit them with this, and get them anyway.
Yeah.
So I can imagine teams like Web Warriors and X-Men really hating this.
Yeah. I wonder if sometimes like if you willingly want to drop, like if you have like cubes and you want to drop a few so you don't die from the power.
Yeah. Well, it has to be an
damage.
Enemy doing it, right? You can't target a friendly. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying, if somebody targets you, you get to decide how many you want to drop.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's up for...
It says you can drop
any number.
Any number.
Oh, good spot. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. So if you're holding 3 cubes, you could be like, I'll drop 1.
Yeah.
I'm keeping these 2.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's great.
So, and it's range 3 from the secure. So it's going to catch a lot of characters holding extracts. So,
yeah. It's also an interesting shape. It is essentially a D map, but the sides are squished in. So everything is 5 from the edge.
Oh, it isn't quite a D map. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you're right. It is, what is it? It's...
But it's 5 from it's 5 from every corner, every edge.
Oh, I see. Okay, whereas before it was only 3 from the left and right sides. So the diamond is narrower here.
Yes, yeah. So if you imagine a D map and just squish the sides in a little bit, which is good. I like this. I don't know if we're going to still have E maps, which are currently the fightiest kind of map. I like this as a fighty map. If this was the fightiest map in the game, I'd be pretty happy because it's kind of, you can't run away, right? You can still catch each other, and that secure helps you kill people, which I think is pretty great. But there's still some game in it, right? I feel like the common complaint with E maps, at least from me anyway, is that you're just ramming all your models in the middle and just rolling dice, right? I think this is an interesting alternative to a fighty map.
Yeah, and you also don't need to be hypermobile to get around the diamond shapes. Whereas now you have to be very careful if you're a small base medium mover to be in the right places to be able to go from one secure to the next.
Yeah, exactly. It's more forgiving.
Yeah. Okay. It's fun so far. This is really good.
Yeah.
Next one is called Guardians Save Shi'ar Empress in Style. This is a 17 threat item. It's got 4 security terminal tokens. Each are worth 1 VP. They are arranged in another box. Now, is this box? This is the B map?
5-2, 5-2, and 4-2. I think this is a new map. It looks like B. So let's have a look at Infinity
It looks like
Formula.
B, but yeah, not quite. Let's see. Mine's still
5-2 and 4-2. Yeah, so this is a B map, but squished in again. So it's not so far apart.
Okay, so from the deployment side, it's the same distance, but now instead of just being range 4 in from the left or right side, it's 4 plus 2.
Yes, so slightly closer, which is nice because some teams have trouble switching flanks on B maps. This makes that a little bit easier.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so that's the arrangement. And if you interact with one of them, you roll 3 dice. If the roll contains more crit, wilds, and hits, then the number of healthy characters contesting it, you now control it. So it's a classic pay to flip.
Classic play to fit.
Yeah. If a character, though, is holding 1 or more extract objective tokens, it may re-roll 1 die when interacting with a security terminal. That's super cool. That is so cool. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Again, encouraging us to stay in the fight with our extract carriers.
That's the theme so far, isn't it? That the extra characters are going to be standing around.
Yeah, I fear for Toad's life in this new meta. I think he'll still be amazing because Slippery is an incredible superpower. I think he'll still be great, but I do fear for him because Magneto's going to be like, stay here, Toad. Blipno secures. Where you going? And he's going to get punched, I think, a few more times than he would like to be. So, yeah, no, I think it's great. It's a really nice kind of way to, keep pay to flips in the game and get rid of, a bit of the feels bad. This is also roll 3 dice, so it's not dependent on your defense dice, which I really like.
Yes, that's a really good point, actually. Thank you for that. Yeah,
it seems like such a sad situation when you're on pay to flips, especially as X-Men. You're like, oh, yeah, X-Men love pay to flips. I love pay to flips. Go, Xavier. Oh, wait, it's got 2 physical defense. Yeah. It's just a bit sad, to be bad at something like that. So this is just flat 3 dice and you get a reroll if you're holding an extract. I think it's great.
And you can be more flexible on the characters that you choose. Like I often flip through my characters to try to find the ones that have better energy for a particular map or better physical. Yeah.
Here, which feels lame because that's not why you brought them, right? You didn't bring characters so they're better at interacting with things, right? You brought them because they're characters that you enjoy. So I like it not being tied to a defense.
Me too. Okay. Next one up, this is the 4th one. It's called Wedding Party Targeted in a Terrible Attack. This is 20 threat. It's only got 2 tokens, VIP tokens. They score 2 VPs each. So this is similar to Fisk. And let's see what Fisk's spacing is. Where are you, Fisk? Mayor Fisk. There they are. The H map, according to Jarvis's protocol. Just loading up. Now,
so this is closer than Fisk.
It's 3 and 2. No, so Fisk used to be 5 and 2 from the sides.
Yeah.
And now this is 3 and 2 from the sides. And oh, look, they've made an error on this map. They didn't include the deployment zone side. Now, you see what I mean? Like the top, the north
one.
Yeah, the up and down one is missing.
Yeah, I think they're assuming that everybody knows that the midline is 5-4.
Yeah, I guess, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
So this is like Fisk, but closer together.
No,
Or
no.
further apart.
Further apart. Further
Yeah,
apart.
So
Yeah.
it's less fighty.
Yes. What happens? During the cleanup phase, each of the VPs attempt to flee. Starting with a player priority, each player places all VIPs secured by their opponent within 2 of their current position. Each VIP may be placed this way only once per round. Then each character within 2 of the VIP loses 1 power. So this looks like a reworked Fisk, is what it smells like to me.
Yes, I completely agree. I think Fisk is super punishing
Yeah.
because it's 2 VP per secure, which is a lot. But then also, if you dare score that secure, then it's getting moved and it's going to stun your whole team.
Yeah.
Well, half your team. It's really punishing, and stun is not good. If you don't bring the right tech, Fisk ends up feeling like a kind of haves versus have-nots. Like if you're prepared for Fisk, you have a Wolverine and a Hulk, that won't get stunned, and you're ready for it. Whereas your opponent is just suffering, and all their characters don't get to do their cool stuff.
Yeah.
This feels like a really nice, friendly version of that, where you just lose a power.
Yep. I get that, and I agree. And I like this a lot. And it's not as fighty as you mentioned because it's going to be a little further apart.
Yeah.
Interesting. Definitely interesting.
It's also, sorry, quickly, Fisk, when it gives out the stun, that's at range 1.
Mhm.
So you move the secure to within range 1, stun the enemy characters, and then those characters are, it's any character actually, you stun the characters, but then those characters are then contesting that secure.
Yeah.
But with this, the effect happens from range 2 away, so you can move the secure away from them, so they're not contesting it, so they still have to move to get onto the secure, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to actually play the game,
Yeah, very punishing actually. So this is not going to be an easy crisis to work on. But a fun one, I think.
Yeah, I've played this one a bit, and it's very interesting because you sort of, with Fisk, I feel like you try to pick one secure that you're going to win, and it's a little bit harder with this one because they're so far apart. So if you deploy your team onto one secure and win that, it takes you a little while to get to the other secure later on. So it's interesting. This is a cool crisis, and it feels, because it's got high threat as well. It's 20 threat, right?
Yeah,
20
threat.
So this could, a Web Warriors team could do great on this. Whereas right now they wouldn't go anywhere near Fisk,
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
It's an interesting balance, yeah. But that's the running theme here, right? Is that these are all very sort of balanced. I think they seem fairer than what we currently have.
Yeah, I would say that, at least some face value. Okay, our last secure is called Strike Team Secure's Shield Relay. It is 17 threat. It has 4 generator tokens, each score you 1 VP. They are arranged. It looks like a D map, but I'm going to double check. What is it? What is the blurry photo showing? Is that
That's a D map. Yeah, that's a D map.
Just a normal D map? You sure?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, definitely.
5.
5 4 up, 3 in, and then 5 in from the deployment. Yeah, that's a D map.
Okay, so ordinary D map. And if you interact with one of these generators, you roll dice equal to the character's physical defense. Okay, so here we are back to that again. If your roll contains more crits, wilds, and hits than the number of healthy characters on the contesting it, then you control it. So this is a classic pay to flip in all senses, but characters within 2 of a generator they control may reroll 1 die in their defense rolls. Oof. This seems a little bit like a win more situation, this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, tricky. I think immediately this jumps out to me as an X-Men crisis.
Oh yeah,
because they get the storm reroll, right? So they get storm reroll plus this generator reroll, plus they love pay to flips, plus their physical defense is pretty good across X-Men.
Yep.
So this is quite a good X-Men crisis, but yeah, interesting. I mean, it's a D map. I don't know. It's tough to know. I think just equal to your physical defense just means immediately like Professor Xavier sucks on this. Cassandra Nova's no good on this, which is a bit of a shame. Carnage is great though. Spider-Foes like pay to flips, right? Take Carnage. Get Carnage back in your rosters. He's good at this.
So what is this similar as then?
It reminds me of Spider Portals, which is a D-shaped pay to flip. It's an energy pay to flip.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if this was to replace that, I guess it might, because Spider Portals, they're very similar, right?
Yeah, very similar.
And would they have 2 D-shaped pay to flips in the game? I don't think so.
No, they're probably going to get rid of this one as well. Yeah. Nobody likes playing Spider Portals anyway.
X-Men do.
Yeah.
But yeah, not many people. I mean, it's got rid of the feels bad, which is when you roll a skull, you get placed. So
Yeah.
that's not fun.
That's probably
So
the
they've
worst
got
part
rid of
about
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think X-Men would love this, and we get to play Beast. Usually we play Beast, and then Spider Paws will come out, and we leave Beast behind because he has 2 energy defense. So this is just Beast's absolute bread and butter. This Crisis. So yeah.
All right. Now we're going to move on to the extracts. Now let's look at the threats here. We have 18, 17, 20, 17 again, and 17. So no 19 or 16 in the extracts here. Lots of
That's
17s. A lot of 17s. Okay.
17 is the most common one. I think it's sort of the threat that everyone can make. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the first one then. It's called Inhumans Deploy Advanced Weaponry. 18 threat. It's got 4 inhuman weapon tokens. Each score you 1 VP. And if you interact with them, you can pick it up. You can only hold 1 at a time. A character holding an inhuman weapon may use the following attack once per turn. It cannot add additional dice to the attack or modify its dice during this attack. And that means it doesn't, you can't explode crits either. That is not allowed.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like the Matesi formula books. The inhuman weapon is energy. It is a beam 3, 6 dice. In fact, that's exactly Matesi, except for Matesi's mystic, and this is energy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the shape of it is like, is it new?
Weird.
Yeah.
It is new. Yeah, it is new. There's four extracts across the midline, 2 on each side, basically.
Yeah. So one looks like range 3 in from the side, and the other was range 5 in from the side. So they're rather close to each other, but then each pair is quite far apart from one another.
Yeah. So I think this won't shock anyone. I think this is going to replace Montesi. I think that the problem with Montesi is it's an E-shaped extract, which means the player with priority just gets an extract lead.
Yeah.
And they'll play a character like Namor, who is one of the most played characters right now. They'll grab the middle and they'll run back to their base, and then the other players playing catch up. Which I don't think they like that. I think it's a somewhat boring way to play, especially with characters like Namor now, who can just do it so easily. So I reckon they'll replace Montesi with this because it's 4 extracts across the midline, and you can safe grab some, but there are going to be some characters that are going to stand on the midline, which I think AMG like.
Which is interesting because now there's 2 on each side. So like if you go grab one and it's not a safe grab, you just stood there, they could come and attack you, or they could try to take the other one that's near you as well.
Yeah.
And, do you stack up? Now, usually when there's only 1 extract on either side, I would always have only 1 character on either side ready to take it, or even abandon one altogether. Now you kind of forced to have characters on both sides if you want to try to scoop up the fair number of extracts yourself.
Yeah, which I like. I think I think that AMG probably want you to have less of a plan, right? Because they want players to react to stuff, less of a kind of secure plan of like, okay, well, I do this, I always do this, and I always go get that extract, and I always leave that one behind. I like it. I like how close the 2 extracts are to each other as well, because you can do things like, if someone goes to the midline and grabs it, you can then send in like a Logan or someone that attacks and then places. Angel, how about Angel? You can then chuck, he can move once, attack the midline, and then place off them and grab the other extract, which I really like. That's nice, so long as they're still standing on the midline, bloody everyone and their mum's got a way of getting the extract off the midline these days.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is called Unexpected Guests Crash Royal Wedding. This is 17th threat. It's got 4 guest tokens. They are arranged...
2 of those are us.
Hey,
we're in the game. Made
it. Is this? It looks like sword base. Is that the same?
No,
dimensions?
this is F shape without the middle one. So this is like Spider Infected or Stronger for the Cube, but with no middle extract.
Okay. Yep. So fairly close together though. And you could pick up a guest. You can only hold 1 at a time. And during the power phase, starting with the player with priority, for each character that player controls that is not within 2 of a secure objective that is also holding a guest, the controlling player's opponent chooses a secure objective. That character is pushed towards the chosen secure objective short. The opposing player resolves this push. Now I got to read this over again. That didn't make any sense to me.
So I can sum it up if you want.
Please do.
For dummies. So it took me a while as well. Basically, long story short, you need to keep all your extract holders within 2 of a secure, so no running away. If you do run away, everyone that ran away, so that if they're outside of 2 of a secure, your opponent can push them short towards
a secure that they choose.
Yeah,
and it could be any secure. It could be one like far different than the one that they happen to be closest to, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's interesting because you can do something like, you can displace someone after they've activated away from a secure, say like a Hulk that you're quite scared of is holding an extract. You can get them off, away from a secure and then use this rule to push them further away by targeting a different secure. So it's quite interesting. It's quite a lot of flexibility. It's not push any direction. And I think the reason for that is they don't want you to, send a Hulk like to the edge of the board into irrelevance, right? It still has to be towards a secure. So it's towards the action in some way, but you get a bit of flexibility.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is interesting. So you're incentivized to try to keep your extract, and this is again the theme, right? The extracts are not meant to be running off by themselves. Although that didn't happen as much anymore with the more recent, now long time changes. But like in the old days when there was single extracts, the people would run them away, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, when I first started playing, Juggernaut had just come out, and Juggernaut would just pick up the only extract in the game that scored 2 VP and then just run away. And score, something like 6-8 points, for the game. It's pretty bad.
Or you can have Toad run into a corner. You can have a hand ninjas running into a corner.
Yeah,
this helps mitigate that to a degree. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I like the shape as well because this is the shape where a medium mover can double move and go and grab your opponent's extract. I love that because when you play a bit of that, against other players that know about it, you end up with sort of counter diving a lot.
Yeah.
So you'll send like a lizard to go get theirs, and they'll be like, screw you. Now send a beast to come get yours, and then you're like, it's quite fun. Everything gets a bit topsy-turvy. So I like this. They've got rid of the middle extract, so there's no kind of horrible like Namor extract advantage thing. I really like this extract. I think it's great. I think it's fair, and I think it's gonna be really fun.
That's interesting that you mentioned about that. So I just took a quick look ahead. All of the extracts now are even numbers, 4, as a matter of fact. 1, 2, all 4s, except for one. One still has the F shape, so there's one with the uneven number. What do you think that does for the overall game? Let's ignore the one that's odd. Let's say all of them are even. How does that change the gameplay compared to an odd scenario?
Yeah, well, I think that this is because 9 times out of 10, when you win priority and you can choose to take your extracts or your secures, players are taking their secures because defining the shape of the game is more important than defining how many extracts there are. So it's a bit of an auto thing right now. And when you do that, if you have priority and you put your secures, and your opponent has brought an F-shape extract, for example, so an uneven number, it means that you have your secure, the match is going to be in the shape that you like, and you also have an extract advantage now. So it just doubles up the bad for your opponent. So it meant that people weren't taking F-shape extracts anymore. Like I love taking struggle for the cube in X-Men because of all the healing factor, but I just can't take it because my opponent will always pick their secures, and then I'm giving them an extract advantage by having that. So even extracts are really popular because when you lose priority, you don't necessarily go down on extracts every time. It kind of evens things up a bit. Yeah,
I agree. I think I'm surprised there's an odd one in here actually for that reason. It's only one, but I think the whole idea that AMG was trying to do is to have this to be as balanced as possible between the two sides.
They did also say that not all of these cards are going to be
fair.
Added to standard, right? So we don't know that. Maybe that's the one that doesn't make it. I don't know.
Yep. Okay. On to the third one. It's called Ship Security Breached in Royal Rescue. It is 20 threat. It has 4 keycard tokens. We should take a look if any of these are civilians versus assets. That's the other thing. So,
wedding guests are civilians.
Yeah, there's one civilian, only one civilian one.
Yeah, just the one.
And I think that's the rarer one currently as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Civilians. And that's important because some people can't steal civilians. So like Quicksilver's Can I Borrow That? It doesn't work on civilians, which is an annoying thing because it'll trip people up. So be careful with that.
And same for the original Human Torch.
Yeah.
I think he can't make you drop civilians or he can't hold civilians. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. But well, if we're doing niche references, Norbert, then let me tell you about Supergiant. Supergiant can interact from up to range 5 away, depending on how much power they spend, but only with civilians because they're taking over their mind.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
very fluffy, but actually, to be honest with you, very confusing and annoying
Yes.
rule
Extremely annoying.
because nobody remembers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, right. Getting back to this ship security. So as I said, it had 4 key card tokens, each score you 1 VP each. They are arranged exactly the same as scrolls. Okay, so 2 kind of in the middle, and then 2 on the either side, left and right, quite far away. And you can only have 1 at a time. And when a character holding a key card interacts with an objective token, so that would be a secure, essentially. After the effect is resolved, it gains 1 power.
Yeah, I really like that, but that's because I'm an X-Men player.
Yeah. So what is
so
this
I
doing? Is this
see-
refunding you a pay to flip?
Yeah, basically. That's all it's doing, right? Because it says interact with an objective token, and you can
No,
only
you
hold one
can
key card at a
interact
time.
with like Infinity Formula to get healed, for instance.
Oh, you mean riots? Yeah, riot sparks.
Riot Sparks, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, and the Deadline to Destruction, the new secure you interact with. That's a good point. Yeah, you do get that for essentially free now. Yeah. I think this is an absolute slam dunk for X-Men because you'll hopefully be playing a pay to flip, and then going and grabbing this extract. So you can go and grab the extract of first class, which means your power is refunded, and then you move and pay to flip, which means your power is refunded again. So you're going to be up, very well on power. So yeah, it's amazing. I really like this. I hope this isn't a replacement for scrolls, but it probably is because it's the exact same shape and threat.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not threat. Let's see. Scrolls is
It
20.
is, yeah, they're both 20. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it might be.
So I think it might be. Scrolls at the Mutant Weekender in January, Scrolls was the most popular extract.
You see it all the time now. I played it a lot this past weekend as well.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
In
I
Bexley.
guess AMG want to get rid of the push because the push is quite punishing. If
Yeah.
you end up getting pushed towards your opponent's team, you might lose a model quite quick, and that is sad. So I accept it, but I'm sad.
Yeah. But sure.
I really like this shape though, by the way. This shape is my favorite shape in the game because very, very few models can steal your extract.
What? No.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. You
Really?
Because
Maybe I mean safely. I mean safe grab actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say you can't use a traditional safe grabber, but you can. Can't you hop and storm hop and then get the opposing?
I was getting to
dive
that.
it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
okay.
X-Men can, and that's why I like it.
Oh,
Because to me, my X-Men, a medium base, can go and steal their scroll and then come back safely.
yeah. So
So I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, like your normal, like your Namors and your Amazing Spider-Mans, they can't get your opponent's scroll in one move. So
Yes.
I like that shape.
on the other hand, your home scroll is closer, so more safe grab options in terms of characters come up because of that.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Medium base, medium movers, or small base, long movers can grab your home extract in
Yeah.
one move,
Yeah.
which is really good. So yeah, it feels very friendly, this one. And it's even numbers. And yeah, it just feels very friendly, unless you're X-Men, and then you can steal stuff.
Okay, 4th one is called Terrigen Canisters Fuel Doomsday Device. This is 17 threat. It's got 5 canisters. This is the F-shaped map. They each get you 1 VP. You can only hold 1 at a time. When a character picks up a canister, roll dice equal to the character's physical defense. Okay, so here's that other kind of another instance of this.
Yeah.
If the result does not contain 1 or more crits and wilds, the character gains the poison special condition. Okay, not the end of the world. Additionally, while a character is holding a canister, its speed becomes short, though. That's funny.
Yeah.
I like
We
that.
used to have that on old Alien ship, I think. Speed
No.
became short.
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, old Alien ship.
Mhm.
Or I mean, old Scroll. One of them. Yeah.
This is
what do you think about
complicated.
this one?
Yeah, complicated. First is the fact that you have to roll dice.
Yeah.
And then it's a double whammy. You get poisoned and speeds short. Kind of disincentivizes you from picking them up.
Yeah, I think Web Warriors absolutely hate this, which is funny because F-shape extracts are usually their favorites because it's there's five on the board. But yeah, if you get poisoned as a Web Warrior, your entire power economy is awful. They rely so heavily on like getting exact amount of powers.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I mean, moving short, they do have web swings to kind of counteract it. Maybe your bigger models don't care about this so much. Like Juggernaut won't really care about this.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're right. It's sort of a disincentive to pick up, isn't it?
In some senses. Now, of course, some of the secures now want you to have an extract, so you might want to on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one to see if it becomes as not as popular like putting the spider portals is.
Yeah, you think it'll be? Is it
the new spider
malaligned
portals?
The new spider, yeah, much hate. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, yeah, it does seem the F shape extract means you can double move and grab your opponent's one, but then you're kind of stuck there because you're moving short. So it's like, aha, I stole your thing, but you can't run away, and so they'll just beat you up. So yeah, it seems odd. Yeah, I'm interested to play it.
Okay, the very last one is called Scientific Samples Found in Discovered Universe. It's 17 threat. It has 4 sample tokens. Each are worth 1 VP. They're arranged in the D shape, so the diamond shape. You can only hold 1 at a time. So I like to point out that none of these have the ability to hold more than 1 at a time, like in the current game. Once per turn, when a character holding a sample rolls dice, after the effect is resolved, if the roll contains 1 or more skulls, that character gains 1 power. Well, that's nice. So it's just like a free thing anytime that you roll dice. Nice. Of course, it's insisting that you roll dice. That means you should be attacking or something.
Yeah. Got to do stuff. Or interacting.
Or interacting with the secure. Yep, I was going to say that.
Or being attacked.
Yep. Yeah.
Counts on that too.
So you get extra power. Additionally, during the cleanup phase, if all of the player's characters holding extract tokens are within 2 of 1 or more secure objection tokens, that player scores 1 VP. Oh, so this is kind of like a paranoia mechanic.
Yeah.
Whereas paranoia, you have to be within 2 of a friend on your team. This one, you have to be within 2 of a secure of some type.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, all of them do. All of your players holding extracts do.
That's the scary part, yeah. So I've only played this once, and it was against Web Warriors, and I hated it. Because paranoia is already really hard to play, right? Because it's the extra mental tax of remembering to keep someone within 2. But at least with paranoia, you can keep a friend near 2, like on somewhere safe, like in a corner, right? Where you don't really have to worry about them being displaced. But this is all of your characters have to be within 2 of a secure to get the bonus VP. So a team like Web Warriors, who have, ways to displace you all over the shop, they're going to be really good at this, and they just need to displace any one of your characters from a secure, and you don't get the bonus VP. It's going to be really painful, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be really tricky to do, actually. I think this will be a very interesting puzzle to play.
Yeah.
To try to get that extra VP. It's going to add up quite a bit of a brain tax on you, because not only are you trying to win secures and extracts, but now you're trying to think about how to get those extract people within those secures.
Yeah, exactly. You basically need to keep an eye on literally anyone on the map that can displace. You have to look out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's going to be a lot of mental tax. I think this is going to be very punishing for new players or players that don't have much experience at this kind of extract. Like, I play Paranoia all the time in X-Men, and I'm always missing it. It's so hard, and you just lose games because of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Wow. Poof. Okay, that's all of them. I have to say they're very interesting. I'm very happy about most of these. I'm sure there'll be some little quirks that come up when we start playing them or whatever. But I mean, on the surface, these sound like they take all the lessons that we've been learning about this game for the last couple of years, and kind of rolled them into better crises to make the game more intense and less feels bad.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very excited for this. Like I said, the games I've played that have been very close. I've only played a handful, but they've been very close. Felt like it was anyone's game. It was brilliant, to be honest. It felt like real good, healthy MCP. And you ran a tournament once where it was core box only, and everybody came away from that being like, "Wow, that was really fun," because it was during the time when like Beta Ray Bill and Eyes on the Prize was in every list.
Yeah.
And he was getting that safe grab on like the tankiest character in the game. And we were all just playing like Avengers and Cabal and just standing on the midline and just throwing attacks at each other. And it felt really nice and refreshing. And I hope that this brings a dose of that to the current meta. So there'll still be midline grabs, right? You're still going to have X-Men, still going to have Namor, all that horrible stuff. Lizard's still going to come and dive your back extract and be impossible to kill. But it just everything feels a little cleaner and less kind of feels bad, right? They've gotten rid of loads of, it's all feels good. Like Infinity Formula, everyone benefits. And there's a lot of those kind of extracts and secures giving you extra power. It's just more fun, for everyone.
Yeah.
So I hope it's a bit of that.
I think so too. I'm a little concerned about how advantageous it is for X-Men, to be honest. I know you're a fan, but
yeah. I mean, I've heard people complaining about First Class. First Class gives them a big leg up here, and maybe that won't be around for much longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a huge mistake, because I like that X-Men have something that they're good at, which is pay to flips. I think every team should have something they're experts at.
Just a minute, Jamie. They're really good at 5 dice attacks. They have loads of those.
5 dice attacks with triggers that you can
Never come
barely
up.
hit. Yeah, 5 health characters. Yeah, I don't know. I think that First Class, you're right. Looking at the extracts and secures now, X-Men are clear winners, I think, in this.
Yeah.
And they're about to be really strong. And I really hope they don't take First Class off them, because I think that it's the only thing that kind of gives them a leg up in this environment. When you've got teams like Web Warriors running around who are just fantastic at every crisis, right? Basically everything. And, they've just got tools for everything. They've got steals for everything. And, X-Men's best steal that they have is Shadowcat's stupid card. That is basically unplayable. So, I hope they don't do that. But yeah, I think this is a win in terms of teams that benefit from this. I think that a lot of the fighty teams are benefiting from this, because things are closer in together, and it seems a bit fairer for like brawly mid-range teams. I think we need to see what's going to happen with is Demons going to stay? Is Gamma going to stay? Is Intrusions going to stay? Intrusions most fighty map we have.
Yeah.
Outside of Researcher. So that's the big question mark for me. But I hope that all the new crises they're introducing, they're all very mid-rangey and brawly, and they feel just fair. And I think you're going to see teams like Asgard and Midnight Suns just have a great time, because suddenly things are brawly, they get to have fights, but they're not getting completely bombed out of attrition by Thanos, Red Skull, Cabal.
All right. One thing I wanted to point out was there's no E shape here and no C shape here. So, and we noticed a number of them that felt so similar to the current ones that they're probably going to be replacing them. So how about we go through each of the current ones and see if they are going to stick around or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the way we're going to do is basically, are there ways that they could be eliminated? And so then the ones that aren't eliminated presumably will be the ones that stay, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we'll start with, just go to Jarvis Protocols, go right at the crisis page, and we'll start at the top left. Research Station Attacked is an E shape, and it's also 15 threat. I think that goes.
We've had that confirmed. They said it on our interview with them.
There you go.
Yeah,
I should listen to that sometime. Yeah.
No more Research Station. That's gone.
The next one is Paranoia Pummels, 16 and a K map. I think we agreed that there was one on here. I forget which one, but works like Paranoia.
Yes, I agree. I think you're right. I think it's that one where you have to be within 2 of a secure. I think that probably replaces Paranoia.
Yep. Alien Ship is a C map, which is maybe not good. On the other hand, it uses a mechanic. Have we seen this mechanic before? I'm just calling up the card for a second. Here we are. This is where you roll 3 or more. Oh, if you have 3 or more power, you have to roll dice and then take damage. This possibly could stay.
I think that could stay. Yeah, C maps, like, they do allow midline grabs, like safe grabs, but there's 3 of them across the midline, so you usually can't grab both safely. So I think that's okay. That might stay.
Okay. Next one is.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah. What is this one
They're in Jarvis already.
Oh, it's this one in Jarvis. Okay, so we're skipping that.
Yeah,
Spider Infected. This is the F shape. With when you pick one up, you have to roll the dice in the power phase. Otherwise, you get advanced short.
Yeah, I think this might be a contender for going.
Yeah.
Considering F shapes seem to be quite rare, I think they might lose this one. If they're going to keep any F shapes, I think it will be the next card.
Struggle for the Cube. Yeah, that's very popular. It's quite different though.
It just feels good. I like the feeling of Cube, because you get extra power, which everyone loves. That's just fun. The game is more fun when you have more power. But you take damage for doing so, which means that your extract holders are struggling to hold on to extracts, which I think is great.
Yeah, agreed.
Just for the game in general, because if you've got a horrible, if you've got a tanky model is running away with cubes, at least their time is ticking a bit. Like Toad, he can only hold on to that cube for so long.
Yeah. That's right.
So I think they'd keep this. I think they should. It's a nice, healthy, fun crisis.
Okay. Fear Grips. Gosh, I'd be surprised if this goes. It's just so popular.
It's Hammers. Yeah, it's a staple.
Yeah, Hammers.
Surely that stays.
Okay. Montesi Formula, E shape, similar to another one that we have. I think this is going to go.
Yeah. Inhuman Weapons. I think that's gone.
Deadly Legacy Virus Cured.
So this one's interesting. I've explained why C-shapes might stay. It's got an interesting, the thing where you assemble the cure, which happens in every 100 games, but everybody tells a story when it does. So I don't know. I think that might stay for fun. Yeah.
Mutant Extremists. This is the 6th one. I think this goes.
You think?
Yeah.
Senators?
Yeah.
That'd be a shame because it's such a weird one.
It's weird.
So
that's
different.
why, though. I think that's why.
Yeah.
I could see why it could stay, but I think it's just so out of the ordinary that it is counter to newbie-friendly people, or
Yeah, it does warp the rules a little bit. It's like, okay, well, there's 6, and they're slightly weird places, and you can only move once, which is confusing. And
yes,
but people like X23 and Baron Zemo can move twice. And yeah, you're right. It's not very newbie friendly.
Yeah. And then the last extract would be Scrolls, and we said there's one that looks like Scrolls, so I think this one's going to go.
I think that's quite clearly going to go, to be honest.
Yeah. So what? So which one stayed? So we said Alien Ship. Yeah. Struggle for the Cubes.
Yeah.
Fear Grips. Deadly Legacy Virus.
Maybe.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 left.
We're going to look real dumb when they announced that this is all wrong.
Yeah. This is total speculation, but based on some
speculation
logic, based on the
educated
theme
guesses.
That we're getting. Yeah, the theme that we're seeing. I mean, that's how you interpret data, right? I mean, you see some data and try to make sense of it. Okay, going on to the secures, we have Gamma Wave. That's an E-shape 15 threat that goes.
You think that goes?
Oh yeah.
So I feel like I agree. 15 threat is gone. I think that Gamma. It feels like a bit of a staple to the game. Maybe it's just because it's old. Maybe I just think I'm just biased. But I feel like Gamma, and also you got like the 2 VP at the back.
Yeah, but it's too punishing for that reason. The attrition's too hard. Yeah, it's too attrition-y.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think you're right.
Sword Base, we said another one similar, so that goes.
I think that's clearly gone. Yeah, it's a very feels bad mission with a 15 threat on it. I think it's so clearly going to
go. Cosmic Invasion, this is the D-shape secure. Where if you roll a crit or wild, you get 2 power, but you get pushed short. That
seems fine.
Yeah,
it's fair, right? It doesn't feel too bad.
No. 16 threat, so that works. So that might stay. Next one is Fisk. That's going to go because I have a similar one in the game.
Yeah.
Deadly Meteors. That might stay.
Yeah,
because it's a fun. It's attrition-y, but it's still pay to flip.
Yeah, it's somewhat spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it went, but I wouldn't be surprised if it stayed.
Agreed. But I'll say in for now.
Okay.
Infinity Formula. That's going to stay because it's a core box thing.
Surely, yeah, it's great. Everyone loves Infinity Formula.
Riot Spark. Same reason. It's going to stay.
You think?
Yeah, it's a core box.
But I think
Crisis.
Riot's. It seems like the theme in the new cards is that they don't want you to be able to hold onto extracts and run away too easily. And Riot's like, yeah, you're running between points, but you're healing. I don't know. I'd be happy if it stayed. I love Riot's, but I'd be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, on the fence on that one.
Yeah.
Mutant Madmen, I think it's going to go.
You think?
Yeah.
I can hear the sadness in your voice as a fellow X-Men player.
Yeah. It's a great crisis for X-Men. Maybe that's why they'll keep it. I don't know.
X-Men are due some juice, so I'll take it. But yeah, I don't know. I think it might stay. I think that people like Mad Men because even non-X-Men players, because it's a flank fight, right? And then when you win the flank, you can pay to flip and then leave that flank to go join the fight.
Yep.
And I think that's a big deal because on Infinity Formula, if you win the fight, you just leave your models there because they need to score the VP. So I think the Mutant Madmen is a good example of a good crisis, to be honest.
Next one is Portal Overrun Spider People. Everyone hates this one. I think this is going to go.
Except X-Men. Yeah, I think this will go. Yeah.
Demons Town is going. Goodbye.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so horrible. I don't think it's going to go, though. I think it's staying.
No.
Yeah, I hate demons.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Incinerates. It's 19, which is fair. And, will they get rid of all E-maps? I don't think they will. If you play demons, I don't like you as a person or a player.
If I had a pick, I would pick Gamma Wave over demons.
I think so too, because I think at least with Gamma, it's a fighty shape, but there's a control aspect to it. Because if you can displace people, they take damage. So I think like webs have a game on Gammas on Gamma. Webs on demons is horrific.
Yeah,
they just burn. Yeah. It's just a bunch of burning spider teenagers. No one wants to see that.
Next one is intrusions, the C map where you can teleport between points. I think that stays.
I hate intrusions.
Yeah,
so
but I think
much.
people like it. I mean, it's because it's the AMG likes that RNG type stuff, and so
Yeah, true. It's just but I don't know. I'd love to see them at least change it because like if you pay to teleport and then you fail twice, you waste an entire activation.
Yeah.
Like that's horrific. I think they should change that. Just let them just pay one and teleport to where you want. Just get rid of the dice roll.
Yeah.
I hate it because it's just mega attrition, but that's just me.
Last one is Super Scoundrels. This is the F-shape one. I think that's going to go because we have one like that now, don't we?
Do we?
Oh no, we don't. Sorry. Oh,
not that high scoring. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, that's the ultimate crisis one, right? It's 20 threat and it's 5 secures, and you get cover. It's like ultimate, like for Kingpin Crims or for Web. So I don't know. It is quite extreme. So maybe
keep that one. I think you're right. So going back, then the ones that we think are going to stay are Cosmic Invasion, right?
Yeah.
Deadly Meteors.
Yeah.
Infinity Formula, Riot Spark.
I hope Infinity Formula stays, by the way. It feels like if I'm doing an intro game, I'm doing it on Infinity Formula,
Intrusions and super powered scoundrels. So mark that down, folks. Let us, we'll see what kind of, we can do like what do you do? One of those game show type things. We'll see how many we got right at the end of it.
Our survey says. Yeah.
So hopefully our producer will make a note of all these different things and put it into the show notes. Can you do that, please?
Too much. We asked too much.
Please,
we'll find out.
Pretty please.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So yes, I mean, in general, how are you feeling about this, Norbert? You excited?
Thrilled. Absolutely stoked for this. This is amazing. This is game. The crises are such a crucial part of the game. So this will fundamentally change the way the meta plays, and I am here for it.
Yeah. They look really well designed. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried, but these all look great. There's not much feels bad in here. They've tidied up loads of the problems with the current crisis. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be great.
Cool. All right. How can people tell us what they think?
They can go to our Discord. Link to Discord is in the description beneath this thing, wherever you're listening to it. And there's also a link down there to the Patreon. If you want to support what we're doing, you can sign up to Patreon. We do special episodes on there, and you chuck us a little bit of money. It's not much. I think it's like £3.
Yeah.
Just to say thanks. So yeah, we appreciate everyone that's done that. And we try and make Patreon exclusive content where we can.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Most of all, we hope you're just as excited as we are for these changes. And thank you so much for listening. Take care.
Goodbye.